For there is hope for a tree if it is cut down, that it will sprout again, and that its tender shoots will not cease, though its roots may grow old in the earth, and its stump may die in the ground. Yet at the scent of water it will bud and bring forth branches like a plant. Job 14:7-9. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fostering Resilience Podcast, and my name is Bossa. Today, I am going to be talking about the ongoing lessons that I have gotten through my grief journey, from my grief, as a result of my grief, just the lessons that I am learning. And I hope that we can be able to grasp something even from these lessons that I'll be sharing. And this can be applicable anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be you having experienced grief. It can be you having experienced a form of failure in life or having experienced a form of setback. You don't want to come out of that situation not learning anything and not being able to grasp a hold of something as you move forward in life. So, one of the first things that I learned is that life is finite. Life is very short. They always say life is too short, but I really did get a renewed meaning of the statement rather, that life is too short or life is short. And you do not have as much time as you presume that you have. And this goes into my next lesson, which is you should take a hold of your dreams. You should take a hold of that which God has placed in your heart. You should take a hold and make that step. Go out. Do not let anything stop you from achieving your dreams. Step out on faith. Do really step out on faith. Do not hold back, And another thing that I'm learning is taking stock of what I have and being grateful. I share a funny story with you all. So during the few days or few weeks after my mom died, I was very frantic because, it was a very sudden experience, unexpected, caught everyone off guard. So every time I called my brothers back at home and they didn't pick my call, of course, time difference, they could be doing a lot of things. I start panicking. I'm like so nervous. And then when they pick my call, I'm like, why didn't you pick my call? You got me worried. I know, things like that. And I was just living in constant fear and constant, like being on the lookout that something bad might happen again. And that was not healthy. I must tell you, that was very unhealthy. But after, few months, going through grief counseling and also of just allowing God to just walk through me in this process of grief and being able to allow myself to actually mourn and grieve my mom, I began to be able to be less fearful and more grateful. So, being able to take stock of what we have in front of us is quite important as we move on through life, as we move forward through life, either coming on the other side of having experienced the setback, having experienced failure, having experienced the loss of a loved one. Now we have to be more intentional with taking stock of what's in our life because there's a lot of good things in our life. There are a lot of blessings in our life. One thing I want us to do, not like I'm giving you an assignment, but I'm calling the title of this Welcome to the School of Grief. It's a school that I got enrolled in without even applying. And so I think about the lessons that I am learning. So one assignment for us is I would like us to, as we go on through our daily activities, through whatever duties and obligations that we have every day, let's take stock of the things that we're grateful for. Just pick a piece of paper, write out the things you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for the apartment you live in. Maybe you're grateful for the sun that's shining. Maybe you're grateful for the clothes on your back. Maybe you're grateful for your loved one. Maybe you're grateful for eyes to see. If you can't see, maybe you're grateful for ears to hear. Things that may seem little, when we start writing them down, it changes our perspective. It helps us to be able to, it, it's a very good feeling, I must say. And then it helps us to be able to have that strength to be able to work on the things that are seemingly not working in our lives. So when you write out those things, you're built up, you have a better perspective, you have a better outlook to whatsoever difficulty it is that you're facing. And then with that grateful heart, with that grateful perspective, you're able to walk through whatever it is that it's seemingly difficult in your life. You're able to look at it through a new lens, and you're able to become a better version of yourself, because that's all it is, becoming a better version of ourselves. We do not know how much it is that we can achieve unless we push ourselves to actually achieving those weirdest and wildest dreams. So go for your dream, push towards it, hold on to God, trust in Him, and things will work out for you. I have another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about the what if versus the what next. I discussed in one of the earlier episodes about asking the question why, when you experience loss or when you experience form of setback. And you start creating scenarios in your head. You start asking, oh, what if I did this? Maybe this wouldn't have happened. What if I did that? Maybe this wouldn't have happened. But I want us to switch our what if questions or scenarios to what's next. What's the next best thing that I can do? What's the next great thing that I can accomplish? What's the next lesson that I can gain from this to move forward in this, reality? I've mentioned this earlier, and I'll still say there will be down days. It's a given. It's not something that can be avoided. There will be days where we just feel so down, we feel tired, we feel like we can't move on. But after we've experienced, those down days, we have to say, what's next? What's the next best thing? Because there is always a next best thing for us. There is always a great thing that's out there for us. There's always a blessing with our name on it. So I really want us to hold on to God. I really want us to understand that even after a setback, even after a devastating and tragic loss, we can still shine. We can still be the best. I'm smiling because I know it. I am going through it right now, and by God's grace, in the coming episodes, I am sure that I'll be able to share some very exciting things with us. But I am going through it. I am moving forward in this newfound reality of mine after experiencing the tragic loss of my mom in a car accident. But I want you to know that I am living life. We have to keep living. There's a movie I watched that I would recommend us to watch. It's on Netflix for those that have Netflix. It's called A Man Called Otto. And there was one statement that one of the characters about the man that lost his wife and he wanted to commit suicide. That's basically it, to go join his wife. But during one of his attempts to kill himself, his wife said, we have to keep living. So I want to tell you today, you have to keep living. There is so much more for us to live for. There is so much more. There is so much goodness. There's so much greatness in our lives. There's so many beautiful things. You can still love again. You can still go to that school again and get that degree again. You can still, reconcile with that person again. There's so many things. The potential to succeed is limitless. I want us to grasp onto that. I want us to push through. It's beyond what our mind can even conceive. God is ready to do it for us. I'm going to end this. I'm going to say that you should trust in God. I'm going to say that you should hold on to Him. I'm going to say that everything is going to work out for your good. for the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing. It's all working out for your good. We have to start. It starts in the mind. There's a book by Joyce Meyer says the battlefield of the mind. The battle is always in our minds. The negative is, when you watch those movies where, like, on your shoulders, you have like an angel on one side and a devil on one side, and then the angel is probably saying, you got this, you can do this, you can accomplish that dream, and then there's you can't. It's trying to highlight all the negativities, all the obvious things that are in your life that will serve as setbacks. But then the angel is like, you can do it. So now what I want us to do is to listen to that voice of the angel, is to listen to that good voice, that positive voice. Increase the volume of that positive voice in your mind to drown out the voice of negativity in your mind. And it's not a magic. It's not like, oh, you're just gonna. No, there'll be some days where you actually entertain the negative voice more than positive, but you have to pick yourself and say, no, I have all that it takes to succeed. All the patterns, life, and godliness God has given to me. I will shine as light. I arise and shine. My light has come. Speak those words. I am amazing. I am wonderful. I have all that it takes to fulfill destiny. I am strong. I am confident. And I tell you, it's going to be okay. You will do well. You will do great. You can still shine. You will come out on the other side a winner. Please do not give up. Hold on. Keep pushing. You got this. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so, so amazing. And I really, really hope and wish that for every one of us that are listening or watching, it will be fine. God's got you. Okay. I will see you in the next episode of Fostering Resilience Podcast with Bosala. I want to let you know that you're amazing. I love you so much. I want to say thank you for your consistent support. I do not take it for granted. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself. Be good. Stay safe. God bless you. Bye-bye. Thank you.